That's one of the hardest parts of mothering, I think, is when you see your kid making decisions or going in a direction that you know is not right, and you just don't have the control that you used to, and you have to let them just walk into it.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to just pray a different prayer. God, I know that this is probably going to go bad for them. So in the midst of it, will you teach them something so powerful they never have to go through it again? And don't we want to pray that for ourselves too? You know, that at the times when I'm distracted and wandering from the Lord, that I wish somebody was out there praying, God, let her see it this time so she doesn't have to go through it again. Hey, Gather Moms, welcome back to our podcast. We are in our series called Bible Moms, and we're so glad that you have stuck with us through this. We are entering the final phase, just so you know. It's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming. And we've been looking at moms in both the Old Testament and the New Testament, but today we're not going to look at a specific mom. So in honor of kind of finishing our list of moms, I thought it would be fun to play a little trivia game.
You're turning the tables on me?
Turning the tables.
You have the trivia game.
We're going to see if Kate can remember.
Oh, boy.
The mamas that we've talked about. And because I know that Kate is a Bible scholar, I did not want to be like straightforward with my Bible facts. I wanted to twist it up.
Okay.
So I'm going to make these funny instead of hard.
Okay, good. Because I was starting to get a little sweaty.
No.
Like, these people are going to realize what a dum-dum I am.
Once I tell the first one, you'll kind of get the gist of how we're playing.
Can't wait.
Okay, moms, wherever you're listening, be thinking in your head if you know which Bible mom I'm talking about with each question. Okay, number one, which Bible mom's theme song would have come from Frozen? Let It Go.
Jochebed.
Yes! Jochebed, because she let Moses go.
Okay, brilliant. I love this game. Okay,
number two. Which Bible mom would have won Volunteer of the Year award for her church?
Anna.
Yes. Yay! Because she lived in the church. I think every church would like for people to live there and just do the things all the time.
Love it.
Okay. An early morning jog changed everything for this Bible woman.
An early morning jog? Oh, boy. Okay, let me think through this.
An early morning...
Oh, Mary Magdalene.
Yes! Because she got there before dawn.
Yes. Very good, Becca. These are so creative.
Okay, this woman's LTK page would have gone viral on social media.
Lydia.
Yes.
Oh.
A dealer of purple.
Yes.
All the things.
She was styling
and profiling. Okay, next one. Which mom's story feels most like a biblical soap opera?
Leah.
Oh.
Okay, wait. It's a different...
That's good too. It's not the answer I have.
Rahab.
No.
Dang. Okay, hold on. Who else did we do?
Like a Mexican novela.
Salome?
No.
What do you mean?
Bathsheba.
Oh, God.
Can't you see that playing out like a Mexican novela?
Yes.
Isn't that the word for soap opera?
Yes, I'm so proud of you for saying Mexican novela.
Thank you. I mean, those other girls would have worked too. It's a season, so there's several episodes, you know?
Yes.
Bathsheba, Leah.
They're all on the Bible Days of Our Lives.
Yes, Bible Days of Our Lives.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Okay. This tweet best describes which mom. Sons of Thunder score VIP seats at Friday night's concert.
Salome.
Yes. She wanted her boys to be at the top. Okay, and the last one. Ready? Their recipe book would sell out with recipes for both home cooking and Torah living.
Their recipe books would sell out. Okay, so it's got, and home cooking and Torah living would have to be Old Testament. Lois and Eunice.
Yes. Yes. I was thinking that there would give it away because there was two of them.
Yeah, my bad.
Not married.
That has to be maybe one of my favorite moments from the entire season. When you said Lois and Eunice had a son named Timothy. And I watched that back recently, and I'm watching it on YouTube, and I'm watching my face, like, realize what you've just said, and
It
thinking,
took you a minute.
do people know what she's saying? Or do I need to be like, hey?
I think sometimes grandmas feel like it's their kid too. So she probably thought Timothy was hers too.
Absolutely. But listen, I have said so many, like, I've misspoken so many. I can't even imagine the number of times where you're sitting there probably thinking, like, do I correct her, or did everybody figure it out?
I just keep going.
Yeah,
That's fine.
because we just, when you're just sitting here rattling off the cuff, it's completely improv.
It does make you a little more compassionate towards speakers when they misspeak too, because you're like, I get it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Like, we've got a little outline, but it's not like we've scripted the entire thing. So you're
But
gonna.
I don't want to change the Bible. And so I appreciate that you were like, let's not change the Bible.
Okay, when it comes to like Bible
Yes.
truth or fact, those probably
Yeah.
where we need
We
correct.
got to land correctly. I think
Yeah.
we were good.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so that was our Bible trivia for the season.
I love that. I wish we could play every time. I love a game.
I do too. And that was fun to make. So, yes, ChatGPT may have helped me, but I had a little spin in there too.
Well done. And
Well
I'm
spin.
looking, if you're watching this on video, we both have Dutch Bros drinks. We feel we need to be sponsored today by ChatGPT and Dutch Bros.
Like, would y'all please, somebody knows somebody that runs the company? Call them.
Yeah, figure it out.
Yes. We would be such good.
Bro, we would crush.
We would have bumper stickers, posters. Yeah, it'd be great.
Yeah.
Okay, so I really love all these women. We have covered the best women in the Bible. I cannot wait to get to heaven and hang out with them. We're going to have little Dutch Bros iced lattes in heaven with these women because they are just amazing. They're not perfect. Their stories were not perfect, but they were strong. They were humble. On one of our episodes, Kate talked about they had grit, and that's one of my favorite words. I think they had grit.
Yeah.
They didn't give up.
Yeah.
They kept going. Such a good word for all of us living today to take from their examples and to do the good things they did, to avoid the bad things, and then to ask God to just be part of it, all of it. So as we're looking at just this idea of getting an example and inspiration from scripture for us as moms, I wanted to look at one more insight today, but instead of looking at a specific mom, I want us to look at Jesus. Because Jesus actually talks about moms throughout scripture. And part of it is really a reflection of his heart, that Jesus really has, I don't want to say the heart of a mother because it was his heart first. So his heart inspired hearts of mothers because he really does use pictures that we can understand today. So we're going to be in the book of Luke, chapter 13. Kate, if you'll turn there. And this is where Jesus is traveling. He's healing, he's teaching, he's doing lots of ministry, but he's essentially on a destination to Jerusalem because it's in Jerusalem that he's going to fulfill what he came to earth to do, which is to die on the cross. And as he goes, we know that every moment is important because it really is like the last of the last. So as he's moving towards Jerusalem and passing through these towns and villages, everything he says, everything he does is so important. And what we find is along the way, he faces so much opposition from religious leaders. It's like no matter what good thing he does, they find one thing to get mad about.
Right.
And it's crazy stuff. Like when you listen to them talk about it, it's like, that doesn't even sound logical. It's just crazy stuff. And we see that in our world today. Sometimes you can do the best thing and people will find the one nitpick that they can find. And honestly, it goes back to their heart. Their hearts are just, they're not in it for the good. They're looking for the bad. And that's what these Pharisees and religious leaders were doing. They were frustrated that all these people wanted to follow Jesus instead of them. They were frustrated that he had this power to heal and do these amazing miracles. And so we're going to read an interesting interaction between Jesus and these religious leaders. So, Kate, will you read Luke chapter 13, verse 31 through 33?
Yes. At that time, some Pharisees came and told him, "Go, get out of here. Herod wants to kill you." He said to them, "Go tell that fox." Oh, excuse me.
I like it.
So spicy. Okay, he says, "Go tell that fox, look, I'm driving out demons and performing healings today and tomorrow, and on the third day I will complete my work. Yet it is necessary that I travel today, tomorrow, and the next day, because it is not possible for a prophet to perish outside of Jerusalem."
Okay, it's an interesting interaction.
So go tell that fox.
Go tell that fox.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Okay.
So essentially, the religious leaders are trying to scare Jesus out of town. Like, hey, this dude Herod, he's trying to get you. You should just leave. And this specific Herod is actually the one that beheaded John the Baptist.
Right.
So he's got a background of violence. Like he's out for it. And Jesus just says back to him, like, I'm not going to be scared of him.
And this is the Herod that Jesus is in front of when he's tried. And Herod wanted Jesus to perform for him like a circus act. And it was before Herod only that Jesus didn't say a single word. A single word.
So that's given into that.
Yeah.
Fox.
That fox.
Yes.
Yeah. Interesting.
And, foxes have what we would say a reputation for being sneaky and cunning, but also they maybe perform with power, but they don't actually have the power. So I also think Jesus is saying here, Herod has no power. Like, he may think he's out to get me, but guess what? I get to choose. I get to choose when I lay down my life.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have any power over me.
Yeah, but I've never thought about the fact that he is calling him a fox. So we have like the phrase, like, you got out fox.
Yep.
Because it does really imply like there's cunning or manipulation or some kind of, they're trying to get in and get something.
Yeah. Jesus knows that he is on the timeline of the Father and not anybody else. And so nothing is going to keep him from fulfilling the mission that he came. And so he basically says, I've got work to do, so I'm going to finish it. Off you go. And then this is where we get this really special moment. It's almost as if his tone shifts and everything slows down. I picture him like looking out into the sky towards Jerusalem. And what he says next is so tender and personal. So Kate, now we read verse 34.
Jerusalem, Jerusalem, who kills the prophets and stones those who are sent to her. How often I wanted to gather your children together as a hen gathers her chicks under her wings, but you were not willing.
So such an interesting picture of a mother hen and her chicks, and why Jesus chooses to use that phrase at this moment. For most of us, we don't actually know a lot about hens and chicks, so we may miss the weight of this moment. But in that day and time, they were very used to all these animals living in and around them. Right. And so his original audience would have known exactly what he meant, because mother hens are fiercely protective. And I don't always equate that with, chickens just kind of seem like nice and weird,
Absolutely.
Nice and weird.
Nice and weird.
I don't ever consider them being this fiercely protective animal, but honestly, they have to protect those chicks. So if a fox were to come into the hen house, they don't run. They're actually going to attack back because they're going to protect their babies. And often a mother hen will spread her wings wide and all her little baby chicks will run and hide under her wings and she'll cover them.
Wow.
And I actually looked this up on the internet this week just to get a picture of it. There are some really cool videos out there of a mother hen spreading her wings. It's usually like a lot of chicks too. We're not talking 1 or 2, we're talking 8 to 10. And they all just kind of scramble underneath her, and she puts her little wings down and sits on them.
Wow.
And she just protects them.
Wow.
She hides them. She gathers them close. And I love that phrase, gather. Oh, how I wanted to gather you. If she comes to it, a mother hen will give her life for her babies. And that's the image that Jesus chooses here. Not a king on a throne, not a warrior with a sword, but a mother hen.
Wow.
I was thinking about, have you ever seen the social media reel with the mother hens that sit there and bob their heads? I think they're hilarious because people put all these little phrases over them and it just makes you laugh. And so I started to think about, there's actually some memes and puns that go with moms and hens.
Okay.
Have you ever thought of it?
Yeah.
Okay, so one of them is this: you rule the roost. Have you ever said that in your house?
Yeah.
I rule the roost.
Yeah.
Okay, so a roost is typically like a board or a stick that's set up higher in a hen house, and that's where the mother hens go sit at night to sleep.
Bro, when I tell you, I never knew. I'm just realizing now that I never really knew what a roost was. I just thought it was like the chick house, where the chickens live, but it's its own piece inside of it.
Yes, because they go there at night so that as they sleep, they're away from predators. They're not on the ground. So they'll go sit up there and actually sleep because it gives them a better view. So rule the roost is all these little chickens on this roost that are just like sleeping and watching.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think I rule my roost. Do you rule your roost?
You know what's funny about the hen compared to, because then the other options are rooster.
Yeah.
Right.
The man.
Yeah. And how funny that his name is Rooster and it's a roost.
Yeah. Well, he's probably up there too.
Okay.
It's like one guy with like 12 ladies. I mean,
Yeah.
he's living his best life.
Well, oh yeah. Yeah. Or worse. I mean, depending on the temperament of the ladies.
Yes.
But, you think about like it is the hen that sets the temperature for whatever the home is.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, it can be the man too, but yeah, I think we have a lot of power. We have a lot of influence over what's happening in our house. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Another one that I've heard before is "You're one tough mother hen." You ever heard that?
No. I kind of felt my breath catch in my throat. Like, what is she about to say?
I love it. I'm so glad that I could bring that joy to you today. You're one tough mother hen. No, but when you think about the image that Jesus is using, and then this idea that mother hens are so protective, like, bring it.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
I'm about to peck your eyes out. Back up. Those beaks are tough, y'all. Those beaks are tough.
Listen, don't start with me and birds.
Okay, this one I actually say on the regular. Don't ruffle my feathers.
Oh.
Yes. Don't do it, child.
Yeah.
Don't ruffle my feathers.
Yeah. You don't want to see me with my feathers ruffled.
And one of the things you'll notice with mother hens, when they get intimidated or agitated, they'll fluff up their feathers to look bigger.
Uh-huh.
So they ruffle their feathers more to kind of look bigger. And then I think this is so sweet. Whenever we have like a sweet little baby shower, we'll always say to a mama that your baby's about to be freshly hatched. Your little baby. I do. I have a sweet friend that was in one of our small groups that I just did, and she's in the hospital right now, maybe having a baby. So she's about to freshly hatch that baby boy.
Well, and you think about this is ducks too, maybe is what I'm picturing, but also just like the mother hen and then her little chicks following behind her.
Yes.
And sometimes if you're ever at preschool, when preschool's dismissing and the mom's gone to pick up all of her kids and you just got all these little chicks just following along behind her, it looks like the same thing as you would see at the chicken coop.
The chicken coop.
Yeah.
Which, shout out to all these people getting chicken coops. It's like the thing right now. People just getting chickens everywhere.
People do it. Okay, the people behind me had one for a while. And I don't know. I mean, I guess it's
just a chicken?
What do you mean? They had a chicken coop. They had
multiple.
Yeah, there was a rooster, which was rude. That thing, and he did not know the time of day.
I don't think you're allowed to have that.
That's the thing. I don't know if it's allowed, but I'm never gonna I'm not gonna tattle. Now, it'd be one thing if you're shooting off guns or something. I don't know if in our neighborhood if you're allowed to have them. But this rooster, you always see on the shows and stuff that the rooster's like at 6 a.m. or something. He is the alarm clock. This brother, he had no sense of time. He just cuckoo-cachooed whenever he felt like that sounded good. So one night, though, you guys, we heard all this kerfuffle. The next morning, I went outside, and I guess a coyote, had gotten into their chicken coop, and there were DED chickens in
DEAD.
I know, but I don't know what's going to get triggered on the internet. You know how you just say dead, dead, not dead, dead. They were dead. Okay.
All of them?
There were 2 RIP'd chickens in my back garden area.
He'd thrown them over the fence?
Well, he'd eaten some of them and then left part of them. Oh, it was the feathers as far as the eye could see. It was honestly traumatic. So I couldn't let my kids go outside. And my husband's like, what are we going to do about it? And I'm like, I'm not going to tell him. We talked to the family. They were very upset about it. But then Jeremy's like, what are you doing with this dead chicken back here? And I'm like, brother's going to come back for it. I'm not messing with
You left it for him?
I did. He came back and so we had to clean up the feathers, but I didn't want to clean a carcass. Were you planning for the podcast to go this direction?
You straight left him his meal for night 2.
What was I supposed to do with the dead chicken?
I don't know. Bury it?
I don't know.
Give her a proper burial.
But listen, I mean, thankfully, we were friends with those people. And, the girls would, climb over the fences to go play each other's houses. Were we ever offered any eggs? No.
Rude.
Yeah.
But eggs being so expensive.
I know.
I mean, honestly, that's why I think I want a chicken. But it's a money saver.
We really didn't hear from the chickens after that. And then they moved.
Yes. I think they're living in the country now.
It might have been traumatizing. It was kind of traumatizing for all of us.
I hear that chickens eat mosquitoes. So I just want one in my backyard so I don't have any mosquitoes.
Well, that would be good. I feel like my animals have tried to like move in with me, and none of them are willing to help pay the mortgage. So it's really frustrating. We've had squirrels living in our attic for long. It's like it's past 6 months at this point. We are actually getting the entire roof, our entire roof redone tomorrow. Actually, this is happening.
Like they're taking the shingles off?
Yes, and putting in steel. What are they called? What are they called? Fan, like exhaust, the things that are on the roof.
Yeah.
Vents.
Yeah.
They're
So they can't get through them?
because they keep chewing.
Yeah.
Listen, I know this is a great house and they want to live here with us, but they can't.
I feel like that's extreme measures for a squirrel. Roofs are expensive.
Well, we got, we did the insurance thing and there was hail damage and stuff up there. So
everybody has hail damage. I'm pretty sure everybody in America has got hail damage.
I agree. In hindsight, but we really did have to put steel vents on all of them.
Yes.
And so when we did the math, it was like, okay, either we're going to pay this amount of money to put the steel vents on, or it's the same as the deductible for the new roof.
Yeah.
So we rolled new roof.
Yes.
But then I got a bird living in my pergola. She is the worst because I can't put the screen down because she sits right on top of it.
Y'all, I had no idea that we were going to do the whole zoo on this episode.
If I try and put the screen down, the bird nest will flop over, and I have traumatized myself and my children because then eggs have broken on the pergola patio.
She should have built it somewhere else
with a baby in it, and you can like see the shape.
Now we're talking. You went to carcasses. Now we're doing embryos and eggs. I'm just not even sure what's happening right now. Okay.
Sorry, I really needed to vent this. This has been coming on for a long time. There's also lizards that live in the patio front, just the little green ones.
I love them. They're friends. Lizards are friends.
That's fine. But I don't need to be sitting down drinking my coffee on my chair and then all of a sudden, like this little thing squiggles out.
It brings joy. You're supposed to smile.
Not joy.
Yes.
Absolute fear.
You are not meant to live on a farm.
No, I need them to stay in their lane.
I want to try.
No, I need them to stay in their lane.
No.
God forbid if a snake ever shows up. No.
I mean, really, y'all, we've almost covered the whole arc here. I'm feeling pretty good about it.
How y'all feeling?
Yeah? Because they were all on that boat. That's how we have them today. Noah saved them. He saved them, and here we are.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to completely derail. Let's think about where we were. The last thing you talked about was getting
We
your
like
feathers.
mother hens. We all want a mother hen.
Okay.
We like them.
It was a hatchling.
Yeah, freshly hatched.
Okay, we're back
Freshly
on the
hatched.
plot.
As we continue with mother hens. I love this because we often think of motherhood as nurturing. We're like, like the picture Kate gave of the mother and all the little chicks following behind. But I think Jesus is giving us another side. He's showing us the protection and the fierce heart of a mother.
Yeah.
Because moms don't just nurture, we protect. I would fight for my kids. I would give my life for my kids. I will shield and sacrifice and all the things for my kids. I mean, essentially, a hen's willing to give her whole self, and I would do it for my kids too. And Jesus is saying to us, this is my heart towards you. Oh, Jerusalem, Jerusalem, how I wish to gather you like a mother hen gathers her chicks. But then he says this, and this is the tension in this verse. He says, I wanted to gather you, but you were not willing. So then there's this part of you that kind of puffs up that you're like, yeah, I'm a mother hen, I'm protective. And then he makes this comparison that actually we're the chicks. We're the ones that were not willing. Because he's looking at all these people, all these towns and villages that he's traveling through. Yes, there were lots of people that welcomed him, but there were lots that didn't as well. And he's looking at them with love. I came to save you. I came to rescue you. And instead of coming underneath my wings, you're running the other way. And if we're really honest, that's the truth for all of us. All of us have moments where instead of going to Jesus, we run the other direction. We want to protect and gather and love, but then we're the chicks. We get distracted. We wander away. Honestly, sometimes we're just unaware of the danger. We kind of act like it would never happen to us. That would never happen to us. And we're unwilling to come in and receive the safety that Jesus is offering us. And what Jesus offers is so powerful because it's not a life free from danger. I mean, essentially, the Pharisees have said to him, Herod's after you. And that's true. It's very true. I mean, his life is about to be given on the cross, but he's not running from danger. So he's not telling us as his baby chicks, oh, don't worry. If you come underneath my wings, you'll never face danger. He's just saying, but you're going to have me and I'm going to be there to help you. I'm going to be your protector, your presence, your covering. And I just think that's so sweet for us as moms to think about our Savior Jesus having this moment to connect with us and how I think all of us feel about our kids. We love them so much. We would do anything for them. And I want to be that safe place that they run at any sign of danger. But sometimes they don't.
Right.
Sometimes they have their own head.
Yeah. And they think, I'm good out here on my own. And you're looking at them going, oh my gosh, you're completely exposed.
Exactly.
You're completely exposed. There's a fox coming for you. It's safer over here, but you can't force them.
That's one of the hardest parts of mothering, I think, is when you see your kid making decisions or going in a direction that you know is not right, and you just don't have the control that you used to. And you have to let them just walk into it. And you have to just pray a different prayer. God, I know that this is probably going to go bad for them. So in the midst of it, will you teach them something so powerful they never have to go through it again? And don't we want to pray that for ourselves too? You know, that at the times when I'm distracted and wandering from the Lord, that I wish somebody was out there praying, God, let her see it this time so she doesn't have to go through it again. I think when we give ourselves to our kids, you know, we've sacrificed, we've lost sleep and comfort, we've paid for all these things. I know sometimes as a mom, like my daughter did cheer tryouts a couple weeks ago, the emotional toll on a mother as her kid, like she's not even with her kid, she just knows they're doing it somewhere. The emotional toll on us is so great. Like, have you ever gotten to the end of the day and been like, I'm so exhausted, but I don't know why? It's probably because you've been worrying about your kids all day.
Well, and then I won't even realize really what it was over me until the relief comes. And you finally go, oh my goodness, I just took a breath. And it's almost like I've been holding my breath.
Holding your breath, yes.
Waiting for this to work out. And you don't even realize kind of how much of it's been, you know, just like weighing on you. Yeah. I've heard the phrase, like, you're only as happy as your saddest child.
Yeah.
And there's just some real truth to that. Not in the sense that you should be letting like their emotional state influence like where you are emotionally, but that's just part of like being a mom is you are tethered to them. Isn't there research about like our DNA changes because like when they're in our womb, our DNA, like we take on part of them, like they forever actually live within us from that point on. I need to find the research on that. It's really neat. So there is a part of them that's like with us always. And so even though we don't want our emotional state to be dictated by how they're feeling, you do feel it and you have to steward that, but you really do know what it means to be only as happy as your saddest child.
Yes. Yes. And it's so humbling to think about it that way, because it's like once you have this baby, they're forever a part of you and you cannot extract yourself from them. You are always thinking about them, always praying for them, always hoping for them. And God hardwires that into us. I mean, if you think about it, that's what Jesus is saying here. A mother's heart was me first and how I loved you and was willing to come and sacrifice myself for you. And I've hardwired that into you so that, I mean, really, moms, think about it. Isn't it sweet that you and I get a sliver of understanding of how Jesus felt about these people that he came to save, because we have this part of us that mimics the heart of Jesus and God. That desire that you have to draw your kids close, to keep them safe, that comes from Jesus. And so maybe there's an invitation in this today for us. Before we focus on all the things that we as mamas want to do, how we want to fiercely protect and nurture our children, maybe we have to first remember that we're children too. And that we have a God that loves us so much that he's inviting us to come underneath his wings for protection, for comfort, because that is the safest place for us to be. And to also realize that not everything is within our control, that we have a God who sees far beyond today and tomorrow into next year and even to eternity. He knows what's coming for us. So we have to trust that when he makes those wings wide and says, come, that we run for him, run to him instead of getting distracted and wandering. we have something, not that daddies don't have it, but we have something that's so special in the way that we get to respond to our kids. But maybe first we need to respond to God in that way.
That's good.
And I was thinking about, just being a mom and all the things that go with being a mom. There's so many times that it's hard to even put words to the way that we feel or the struggles that we have. Because sometimes you don't exactly know what to pray. You think you do, but you're not exactly sure how it's supposed to work out for your kids on the other side. And it just reminded me of the book of Psalms and how precious that book is, because it really is just this songbook of emotions that people throughout history have prayed to God, have poured out to God. It includes every emotion under the sun: anger, bitterness, fear, rejection, loneliness, joy, exaltation. I mean, anything that you have, well, because God gave it to us, we know that He's given us the words for it. And so I wanted to just finish today with a psalm that I think is just really appropriate for this. This is Psalm 94, verses 1-4. It says, "Those who live in the shelter of the Most High will find rest in the shadow of the Almighty. This I declare about the Lord. He alone is my refuge, my place of safety. He is my God, and I trust Him. For He will rescue you from every trap and protect you from deadly disease. He will cover you with His feathers. He will shelter you with His wings. His faithful promises are your armor and protection." Just for us to remember today, moms, as we've looked at all these amazing moms from Scripture, maybe it feels a little overwhelming to you if you're new to the Bible and Scripture and thinking, oh my gosh, they've done these amazing things. I don't know if I can do that too. Maybe it was humbling for you to go, I think I've had my priorities wrong, and I want to make sure that I'm raising my kids under the example of these women. I think no matter where you are in that place, that God has a purpose for you. And more than anything, we wanted you to see out of Scripture that it doesn't matter your background or your history or your family heritage or even exactly what's happening to you today, because we know that God can take all things and restore them to good. So we hope that you've found encouragement and inspiration as you've wanted to be like these moms, but also that you've taken a step back to go, but I want that for me first and then for my kids.
Yeah.
And so we just wanted to let you know that in honor of all the amazing truth we've been finding in Scripture throughout this series, we're going to do something special this summer called Summer in Psalms. So the psalm I just read, we're going to provide another opportunity for you to get to know the Psalms better and maybe find some new prayers for your kids through you trying to experience the Psalms. So just be looking for that. It's on the horizon. Summer's not here yet, but it's coming. And so we just wanted you to give you a heads up that that's going to be here for you.
Yeah, we've had really such a good response from moms that want to go deeper with us. We did Look for Lent on our Patreon, and then really this Bible Mom series. We have had such an incredible response from you. And so it's really become our heart to just regularly, just in the seasons of the year, try and provide when we can an easy, doable, biblical resource for you that keeps you tethered to the Word and keeps you just intentionally reaching out to God in your motherhood. And so we will be rolling out that resource for you coming up with the summer. It's going to be very easy for you to be involved and interact with us and to let the Psalms, in the same way that hopefully the Bible moms have marked your spring, that the Psalms would mark your summer, and that would become the rhythm for you.
So thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, moms.